So have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well and winning life. Maybe a little bit more chilled after the storm yesterday, the relentless, fraudulent minerals that were landed yesterday. So big up to everyone. First and foremost, guys, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button if you haven't already. I want you to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 9K. And I want you to hit the notification bell, ding dong, you know how it goes, all that jazz, so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below. Respect to everyone. Big up to Eunice. We've got Stone Island Eunice. Eunice lands Minerals, landing the Minerals. He's going to land it, as always. So big up to Eunice. And make sure you do subscribe, like, go and see his video that he's put out today, and support his channel as well. Welcome, Eunice. Good evening to you, my geezer.
Good evening.
How are we doing?
Good. Aside from the hangover of yesterday, good. As you put it, and I tell you know what I tell people that watch me the same thing. Look, in life and away from football, make sure you know you're good and you're positive and life is nice and all of that. But football related, mate, it's an absolute travesty. So, mate, the intro you put on there, man, Roman, man, I miss that guy, man.
Yeah.
What an absolute ledge.
Proper Chelsea, GOAT owner, greatest owner in world football.
I wonder what he's thinking on all this. Where is he? If I could get one soundbite of Roman's thoughts on this Chelsea right now, I'd pay money to see it.
The only soundbite we got out of Roman was when he spoke to the young kid and he asked, what's your favourite
what's your favourite Chelsea moment?
Yeah, and he said, that was it.
I forgot his name.
He passed away. Rest in peace. And then the other one was with Asby, our legend. He says, we're going to get the Champions League to you. Are you happy? He says, absolutely. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we've heard from Don Roman, bro. Very small soundbite of Don Roman. He's raging, blatantly raging. Of course he is. I mean, he's looking at his club being absolutely sabotaged. Yeah? Destroyed. Decimated. Yeah. Let's have it right. 2 stars because of Roman. Don Roman. We see things they'll never see. R.I.P. to Chelsea Old Boys, our Chelsea Ultra and Minerals FC Ultra as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up. Before we get in the show, I'm going to address one geezer called Alex on Chelsea Fan TV. Geezer, you know what I mean? Calling me out on Twitter. Just give me a call, fella. Very, very poor of you, mate. But the thing is, right, you go on there and try to question my loyalty as a Chelsea supporter. Didn't see you there, mate. Didn't see me there. Didn't see me at the game. Why would you see me at any game? There's no reason for you to see me, mate. That's the first thing. The second thing is very disrespectful, to question people that do or don't go to games. I'd probably guess about 90% of your subscribers don't go to games. So how do you think they're going to feel with someone like you putting that on the platform? I'd reconsider that. You know what I'm saying? Let's have it right. I'll leave it at that. But the bottom line is this, speak the true narrative and it's all gravy, bruv. The bottom line is you ain't doing that. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe the vocal sounds are going up and down depending on who you're speaking about. You tell me, bruv. It's there for people to see. Let's have it right. But it is what it is. And that goes for everyone. Everyone that's got a responsibility on a platform to land it. And there's a person I know. Very interesting, this. Very, very interesting. So make sure everyone's ears are loud and clear and everyone's listening nice and crystal. Is that it does happen, where clubs go to YouTube channels and they sort of request, wink, wink, can you keep it positive? Let's not, we don't want negativity. It happens, mate. Go and look at all the platforms across every club that has this social influence, It happens. It's out there. I know it. I've known it from day one. But it's nice to know people that tell you that firsthand. Let's have it right. Naming no names. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We address these situations. Because my narrative, what has been for the whole year, is not a bundle of laughs. It's not a joke. Everything I say and everything I do is for the football club. And right now, anyone who can sit there and accept what is happening, then you're a long way from Lavazza Super Grammar and Starbucks, mate. Yeah? Because the reality is there to stare you in the face. You can come at Poch all you want. But Pochettino is he's a small part of the mechanics that have destroyed our football club. At this rate, we need to gut the entire engine because we've had a Lamborghini around SW6. Everything, all the trimmings, everything on it. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's been taken, robbed, and we've got a Nissan Micra engine put in there. And look how it's running. A lot of money spent on the outside. It looks fantastic. But when you lift that bonnet up, it's all rusted old 1 litre engine. That's the message here, is that it's upstairs that dictates everything that happens all the way down to the very last person who's the tea lady. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you come at Poch and all this. We know he's not elite. We know he's not top level. I mean, crying out loud, if you don't, then what have you been watching? You've seen him at Spursy. So ask yourself, who bought the players? Who brought the manager? Who sacked and went through 4 managers? Who made all these decisions? And there's your answer, mate. Don't ever question my loyalty and my love to my football club. No one. Yeah? Let's have it right. So, now we've addressed that. We're going to go straight into it, Eunice. I want to bring up, which is the main narrative, yeah? Because we talk true narratives on my channel, yeah? And on Eunice's channel. And let's have it right. We're not bought. We can never be bought, and we got free speech, mate. We speak how we want to speak, and we can say whatever we want to say. There's nothing anyone can do about it. If you don't like it, don't watch me, don't get involved. Yesterday, I called everyone out because you need to be called out. You need to be addressed because your narratives are a load of tosh. So, let's address the situation. This is the situation today. The biggest break-in, minerals landing, is our ex-player, Frank Leboeuf, bruv. Leboeuf. Big up Leboeuf, who's on a major platform, ESPN. And he says, if Chelsea don't go through to the final, I think fans have to be very upset with the board, not the players. They've been picked and are not good enough. We all know that. Fans have to get crazy about the board. Enough is enough. Fans have to react. Isn't that interesting, Eunice?
Yep.
I don't know. It sounds very familiar. That sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. It does. And look, I can understand on a platform that massive. ESPN's got over 1 million subscribers. They get, and you know what? When it's talking Chelsea, and it's Craig Burley, and it's whoever's in the studio, and it's Frank Leboeuf, they're now getting more traction than any other segments that they get on the channel. I understand why you got to be sure when you speak on a platform that sort of size. Frank Leboeuf is absolutely spot on it, and it's just become. This is what we've said. We've said this privately. We've said this publicly. When you're seeing it stare at you in your face, right? It's right in your face. The red flags are there. You either acknowledge it or you're in denial, or you're ignorant and you don't actually know the situation. I think Frank Leboeuf is spot on. Absolutely spot on. It's got to that point where we have to start talking about fans taking some sort of an action. It's got to that point. If these owners are not going to do what's necessary, this was part of the video that I put out earlier on. The solution that to be put now is fairly simple. Not saying don't focus on the business, don't focus on money. You want to make money, mate? Of course, football's a business. Chelsea is a business as well as a football club. I understand that there's a financial side to football. Don't jeopardize the team because you want to make a buck. You can do both at the same time. Hence, Man City doing that right now. You can, right? You can run it successfully. But get rid of these directors. Get a proper director in. Get rid of this manager. Get a top manager in and let them get on with it. And that's the solution. You can focus on all the money that you want afterwards. Go and sort out the finances. Go and pay the taxes. Go and look at the accounts. Go and do what you got to do. Let them get on with it. But as long as we don't do that, we will stay in this position and we will keep getting these results. Simple as that, man. We will keep losing to teams like Middlesbrough with 12 injuries and 2 more during the game, first 10 minutes. And then we use the excuse that we played well and we have injuries. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
There is no excuse,
None.
for us to lose against a championship side sitting 12th with 15 injuries. And 2 of those injuries out of those 15 came against the game
first 10 minutes.
First 10 minutes, all right. That was their striker, all right, who you could tell the massive difference between how they play with the first moment of their actual first choice striker, all right, to when their backup came on, the guy's like a lamppost, you know what I mean, running underwater or running in mud, all right. But the guy still managed to dribble past our players and our midfield and hold up the ball and have some sort of impact in the game. It's a joke. It's a joke. The mentality set, all right, from the gaffer for a game like this, and everyone knows what he publicly came out and said, we're not obligated to win just because we're Chelsea.
He knew. When I read that, I'm like, nah. After we lost, I'm like, you bloody knew. You knew. And he's covering himself up by doing that because he's kind of taken the route of, told you so, and using the excuse of we played well.
Yeah.
Nah, not accepting that, man.
People going, oh, no, it's reverse psychology, is it? Reverse psychology, what, to kids with no experience?
You can use reverse psychology against Liverpool, right, against a Man City, where you're having to play kids and you don't want to scare them. Okay, we're playing Middlesbrough. Mate, the academy lot should be able to go out and do a job against Middlesbrough, if we're being honest. Get the academy team on, and we should be able to get a result against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough are the sort of teams we send academy players on loan to go and develop, where they're going to get game time. We can't beat Middlesbrough. Come on, man.
So, at the end of the day, however you look at it, right, there was no creation in that game. You relied on a 20-year-old Cole Palmer. You basically relied on a 20-year-old Cole Palmer who's come from the benchmark teams, Manchester City, to carry this football club, to carry this team on a footballing level. You spent 1 billion and you're relying on Cole Palmer. You've got a problem with Enzo Fernandez, Gallagher, and a Caicedo midfield, which doesn't work, and Pochettino knows that, which is why he took off Enzo and left Gallagher on, because he trusts Gallagher more than Enzo. So all the Enzo fanatics are going mad at Pochettino, so it fuels their agenda, all right, on Poch, because they're standing a player. When the reality is, you've got to look at the balance of the team. The balance of the team doesn't work with Enzo, Gallagher, and Caicedo. And when you have played and you've dropped Gallagher, we're playing Preston, mate. So yeah, Enzo's going to look great. Everyone's going to look great. You're playing Middlesbrough,
if that,
and what? Did we look great? No. So Cole Palmer missed those 2 sitters. We saw that. We know that. Yeah. He got, if you put them away, you can say it goes a different way. But does that stop you from having in the back of your mind that Middlesbrough have got a chance to get back in the game? Of course they've got a chance to get back in the game because of the way we are. The structure, the whole balance of this team is off on every wavelength. Yeah. And that is not Poch's fault. Poch tactically, we know he's stubborn. We know he's restricted. We know he's not got minerals. We know he's not elite. You saw our midfield look like Frank Lampard's midfield. You saw the distance between the midfielders and the defence. And you had the whole line of Middlesbrough players in between. Like, just give them the ball and that's it. They break our position and they're in. And they were doing that. They were doing that throughout the game, which is why in the second half, they looked like they were countering us. They could get another goal and get 2-0.
Yep.
This is a joke. Like, this is Bermuda Triangle midfield era again that we've had before. Yeah. And we spent 235 million on Enzo and Caicedo. We've got a Cobham boy Gallagher who's going to be shipped out, who's going to be forced to be sold. They apparently rejected a 45 million bid from Spurs because they want 60 million. He won't go to Spurs anyway. So all of this hype, you're trying to build up a value in a player to sell him, give him the captaincy, make sure Poch plays him every game so his value rockets out so you can get big money for him so you can go back in the market and fuck it all up again. This is the reality, is that Poch is set up for failure. I've said it from day one. and he's still set up for failure, and he is failing. He is failing right now. All right, we're sitting 10th. We're halfway in the semi-final against a dead Middlesbrough with 15 injuries, and we're thinking, shit, they low block us. We don't turn up at the Bridge next week. We're out. So we're out of an opportunity of Europa League, isn't it? Yeah.
No, Conference League.
Conference.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're in.
And God forbid that.
These clowns have inputted 140 million in shares, buying shares into the club, so that they can just about stay afloat in making repayments for the transfers that they've made in Enzo, Mudryk, and Caicedo and other players. Because financially, we're at a lockhead. We're locked. We're locked in. They can't go out in the market now. Anyone who thinks that they can go and buy an Osimhen, they can go and buy these players right now. Oh no, because Osimhen won't leave in January. If the money's right, he's coming. Yeah, he'll come. All right. Money talks. What kind of money are we offering, and what players are we looking at? Everyone's saying we need a striker. We need a striker. Striker's not going to solve the problem. We need defenders, mate. We need levels close to Thiago Silva, which you ain't going to get anyway. But you need that level. You need elite leadership. You know, everyone saw Thiago Silva, all right, calming down the supporters. Only 4 players went and applauded the supporters. That's absolutely disgraceful. All right, that's like last season, Eunice. Last season.
Yeah, I saw a video. There was who was it? There's someone who goes to games. She goes to games often. She's on Twitter as well. Is it Kathy?
Yeah, Kathy. Yeah.
She put up a video, and it shows the players coming over to clap, and you can see there was 5 that came over proper, and there was a couple that lingered in behind, done a little quick thing and left. So Silva,
Gilchrist,
Madueke, Gilchrist, Broja, and
no, I don't think Madueke was their geezer. Was he?
He was.
Was he?
He was.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, he was. He was directly behind. And there was a 5th. I forgot who. Gallagher and Sterling were just in behind that, but then they shifted pretty quickly. They didn't actually go over all the way. And everyone else, nowhere to be seen. So it's bonkers that in a performance like that, you only get them lot, and Thiago Silva had the bottle to actually just go and address the fans and speak to them.
Why? Why is that? I'll tell you why. Yeah?
He doesn't even speak good English.
He plays for the badge. He's elite mentality. He's a leader, and that's what leaders do. Yeah. Everyone used to take the piss out of Mason Mount, all right, or Aspilicueta when we lose a game.
That was the other one. Sorry,
would walk around the pitch and clap and applaud all the fans.
Yeah.
The 3 main ones were Mount, Thiago Silva, and Aspilicueta. Without fail, every single game they applaud the supporters, no matter the result. Yeah. Right? That should be every player, every game, no matter what. Where's the mentality?
Do you remember when Aspie? What game was it? We lost. It was funnily enough, it was when Graham Potter was there, the game before when I went to watch training, and Aspie, that was when Aspie told the entire team to come back out and go to the fans because no one did it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. So this is my thing, is like, it sends a message. You got to appreciate your supporters that have travelled all that way.
Middlesbrough
are the dive, bruv. All right. And people that can't drive there to wait till 2 a.m. or whatever for a train to get back. You know what I mean? People work. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of money. And your kids, this is a joke. All right. You're 20-odd years old, 22 years old. All right. You're getting your lovely showers. Yeah. You're probably flying back to London. All right. Yeah. Or wherever you're getting to London. You're going to get your paychecks from your death row contracts. You don't care. You don't give a shit. You care for that slight moment because the game's over. The moment you walk in that dressing room, Pochettino's had probably a little rant, probably trying to get as many lemons as he can, but he's run out. All right. These guys don't care. They're kids, man. When you overpay on long contracts, it's damaging. It's so damaging. Even, what's his name on TalkSport? Danny Murphy spoke about it. It's damaging. Any player would be literally licking their lips to sign a contract like that because it's like, yeah, I'm set up, I'm made, I'm all set, right? But I don't want to get too much into that, but we have to address that because it's about
important,
knowing
of
what
course.
it means to play for this football club, understanding
100%.
the standards of this football club, the mentality of this football club. And there is none of that. Because why? You want to blame Poch. But the bottom line is this: who's giving no pressure to the players, to the manager, to the directors? Where's the pressure come from? Because when we had Don Roman, pressure was from Don Roman and anyone under him, all right, would make sure there's pressure to deliver, right?
Always.
There's no pressure from Clownlake. Ted Lasso Siri match, and there's no pressure whatsoever. That's the problem. Because the ambition is not there to crave to win, to have that die-hard mentality of you either succeed or you're out. You understand, all right? We should be sitting here going, trust Matt Law, the fraud himself, coming out going, they're not panicking with Pochettino. It's the same narrative as Jellyfish Potter. And how long did we have to suffer with that?
Exactly,
it's just a fucking joke. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. And I keep saying it. It's only the supporters. We have the power. So when I come ranting at everyone, it's because I'm saying to you lot, everyone together, all right, makes that difference
100%.
and forces them. Because let's have it right, Eunice, all right? If we don't get in that final and we don't win anything and we stagnate at 10th, you're going to wait till the end of the season? You're going to wait till then? You're going to wait till the end of the January transfer window? Let them get away with murder? Because that's what they're doing. It's a bloodshed at Chelsea Football Club. Like I said, our blue blood, the DNA of Chelsea, we've had a blood transfusion. They're putting Lego Head FC blood in us, bruv. Red. It's not blue anymore. Because there's nothing of what we were about since we had Thomas Tuchel, and that connection and that right direction is all gone.
Mate.
Thomas Tuchel is the last eliteness we had in that dugout. Ever since, it's downgrades. And it's not just downgrades with gaffers, it's downgrades with players. So, you tell me, who's to blame? Oh, you're going to blame Carrot Winstanley. Carrot Winstanley and Stuart Little didn't come in till after Tuchel was sacked anyway. So, they've come in, changed it all up again, gone for this kindergarten FC. I don't want any more kids, all right? There is only one thing I accept, all right? There is only one thing I accept. You sack Poch, fine, sack him, all well and good. But I don't hear the calling for an elite gaffer because for me, I only accept a Carlo Ancelotti, a Diego Simeone, a Jose Mourinho, a Hansi Flick, a Thomas Tuchel. That's what I want in my football club because then the owners are setting a message to the supporters saying, we've messed up, we've made the countless mistakes after mistake, and everyone, even Simon Jordan's calling them out on the mistakes, all right? We've made the countless mistakes, now we're going to rectify it, and we're going to have to go with an elite model and structure and actually support an elite gaffer and give him what he needs and go out in the market and spend and buy experienced players. If you want to sell Gallagher for your 60 million, what are you replacing him with? And what profile player are you going to replace him with? Because you need to have a proper gaffer in charge who's going to advise you and your so-called directors of elite stature and great and wonderful food, jazz and all that, carrot merchant, eating merchants, and tell them, well, we advise this. This is the route to go. They're not going to change their model. So you sack Poch, great. Well, you're going to bring me Thomas Frank, what's his name? The hipster, De Zebri from Seagull Merchants. I don't want to see any of that nonsense at Chelsea. So I don't want to see all this horizontal, vertical, fantastic little lovely patterns of play, dead mentality, non-elite, no winning, no winners. I'm done with no winners at my football club. You've bought
100%.
enough players that haven't won anything, and you've brought enough gaffers that ain't won anything. We need people in this football club that have delivered. And you got rid of everyone that's delivered because of your wage structure, because they're not a yes man, because they won't abide to your ridiculous, unproven Kindergarten FC, Epstein FC, multi-kid, blue beachhead project. And that's the reality, bruv. Yeah? And Leboeuf is saying nothing wrong, and we need more legends to come out and speak this narrative. Otherwise, we are dead and buried in the water. And what you got to say, Eunice? Sorry, brother, I had to let it out.
No, you're completely right, mate. No, you're completely right. There needs to be. Funnily enough, you mentioned that JT put out a tweet immediately after the game yesterday. You could tell he was underlining that with just embarrassment, and it's plain and obvious that this is just shambolic. But you're completely right. Look, there's a misconstrue, I think, in terms of the message that you put out, that I put out, and anyone else that's criticizing what's going on. This isn't hate on the ownership or we despise them. They're horrible people. No, but if they're willing to accept that they've gone wrong, and for the sake of the club, like I mentioned earlier, finances are finances. Focus on that, not a problem. But sort out the footballing side and get it back to an elite level, because we've got all the resources that we possibly need to get that done. It's there. If we want it, we can literally go out and get it. It's not difficult. As long as they do that and they acknowledge that they've been wrong, fair enough. No problem. Because at the end of the day, this is a point that a lot of fans need to remember, because this is what I feel like a lot of fans don't know, or they don't remember, or they forget it, and then they think that they don't have any power. These guys don't own Chelsea Football Club in the essence of they own Chelsea FC. They don't. They're custodians of Chelsea FC, right? They are running the club on behalf, pretty much, of everyone that's got a stake at Chelsea Football Club, which is everybody. Fans, people that work there, the owners, the players, the manager. Everyone's got a stake at Chelsea Football Club. But they are custodians. They run it on a financial level, but they can never own Chelsea FC, so then they can just do what they want with it and then throw it in the bin if they want. Like if I own this glass, I own this glass. Yeah, it's mine. No one else. I'm not a custodian of it. I own it. If I want to smash it right now, I could, and nothing's going to be done about it. But with Chelsea, that's not the case. They are custodians. They're meant to be looking after it. So if they're willing,
they have smashed us though, bruv. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right.
But you get what I mean. So this is where fans need to realize that once these owners are gone and the next ones come in and the ones after them come in, look, whether we're here to be alive to see it or the next generations are going to be there, but no matter what, the fans will always be here until when this world decides to top itself over and none of us exist anymore. We'll still be here, no matter what. The fans will always be there. And they're the ones that are the true heart and essence of the football club. So that's what the ownership need to realize is the priority here. You can make money, you can do what you want, but listen, fans are here to see their team win and to be successful if we've got everything in place to do it. If we don't, fans can be understanding. Trust me, they'll know, much like how Chelsea fans used to back in the day. But we've got everything in our power to be successful. So what are we doing? Well, if they're willing to accept, if they're willing to fix it, fix it.
Right. But we've been, I've been saying that for about a year, ever since Jellyfish Potter, right?
Yeah.
My thing is this year is they do know how valuable the supporters are, all right? And they know we own the club, because we do, right? But they've paid out all the PR to mask everything that they're actually doing at this football club, to make it look like that they do care and they do respect the supporters. They don't respect the supporters. They don't give a shit about the supporters. Everything they're doing to this moment tells you that. They are capitalists. They are equity merchants. They are here for the pound note. They are here to implement a structure on a financial level to make it work and be sustainable. That's not focusing on success. You need a balance between the two, but the forefront should be, how do we get as quickly as possible the most successful and keep up those standards? They haven't done that.
No.
And only us as supporters have the power, unfortunately, to do that. And that doesn't mean just me, Johnny Minnell, sitting on my channel, calling it all out, and Eunice, and that's it. Well, we're done. Everyone's gonna jump on it. It doesn't work like that. It has to be a collective thing. Just like they use collective journos to push out the same stories and same narratives, so that you will go, oh, well, he said it. It's got to be true, isn't it? Oh, definitely true. Because they don't want to ruin their credibility. Well, they're all in group chats. If they all know what the script is, they're going to push it out. and then no one's gonna have any hiccups anywhere or backlashes. And then their reputation, they know what they're doing. They know the narrative's bullshit. That's why they're what they are. They're pawns in the game. Well,
Mate,
we're not going to be played.
How ironic was it that once again, after a poor result, 7 p.m. the following day, boom. Osimhen's got a release clause, we were told today. We've known that since when he negotiated his new contract, we knew there was a release clause. He's got a release clause. Osimhen's open to joining Chelsea. All right, nice one. Thanks. We've reported on that about 4 times. We're going after a defender. All right, class. We've known that about 15 times. Do you know what I mean? We're getting stuck through all of these regurgitated articles. Well, not articles, just bits of news and info that's being stuck out by the same people. Again, to make it look like it's new, to calm everyone down after what we saw yesterday. Nah, right? You can only do that so many times before it just looks stupid. Like for me, when it all came out, I was laughing. I was like, in the past, I would have looked at this and go, all right, that's new information. Now I'm laughing. I'm like, come on, you're taking us for mugs. Like,
because they did it all last season, Eunice. They did it after every loss. The thing is, right, you can't do it anymore. Your time's run out, Ted Lassaboli, Siri Merchant, mate. The time's run out. Jose Fugazi, bruv. Fugaziano. Yeah? All right? It's run out. Because the supporters are not stupid. They've bought you for up to a certain point, but it's a results game. Everyone on a footballing level, when you just look at the team and you look at how we play, and you look at the players we have, there is no one I know that is looking at that going, oh yeah, in a year's time, these lot are going to be right up there competing. You can see the development. You can see the process is fantastic. How can you trust the process, like Thomas Tuchel said, all right? And how do you expect players to buy into the process? That's another factor we got to speak on. How do you have the players believe in a process if you're not thinking about the now, which allows you to trickle along to get to the end goal?
To set up for the...
Set up. Because now I believe that the players have lost their trust in this process. Players what's Pochettino? I don't think Poch believes in the project. I think he's realised this is a joke. He's a professional. It's the same with Jellyfish Potter. Maybe he thought in the back of his mind, they're going to give me what I want. They're going to give me some experience. They're going to give me, meet me halfway. We're going to sit down. There's no way, bruv. We're back to where we were under Jellyfish Potter. Why? And it always falls down to this. It's because the gaffer is not in the dugout. The gaffer is the model. And the model is a dictatorship set by Clownlake. And until that changes, nothing else will change underneath it. Directors won't change. Manager won't change. The players, the profile, the age, the wage structure doesn't change. Therefore, you're still going to stagnate in the same way we are right now and continue. And you're relying upon Man United to continue to fall. You're relying on Newcastle to fall. You're relying on Spursy to fall, which Spursy, they will fall. All right. You're relying on Manchester City, Arsenal, and Lego Ed. What's the other team? Liverpool and the Veneer Merchant, all to just not improve their team, not have standards, just drop off. So that we're allowed Clownlake and Chelsea to go and win the titles. I mean, what planet are you from? Because their mindset is the Moneyball mindset, the American football mindset. We will spend money, and they spent more money in the Dodgers on blockbuster players, right? And only won one series in 10 years. All right, they've just signed some other player on some mega deal who's meant to be the star player, right? And I don't follow that sport, so I'm not going to try and pronounce the names and all that. Well, why have you not done it at Chelsea? How can you not? Listen, can you imagine the scene, Eunice, if they sat Tuchel down and said, right, you've won the Champions League. You won this. You're an unbelievable gaffer. We know we're new owners. We're going to work with you. We've got this much money. And I'll tell you what do you need?
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Would you like Mbappe? Bosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We want to win. And you know what? We're going to implement a multi-club behind the scenes, and we're going to buy all these young players that we want you to help in the grassroots and build up, right? Yeah. But we're going to buy you what you need right now for us to stay at the top so we can get European football. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, sorry, we automatically qualify for Champions League. We automatically don't get relegated. It's just like American baseball. What are we doing here, bruv? Like, know what you're buying. And know that it's not just a business. It's a culture. It's a community. It's heritage. They don't get it. They don't want to get it. Because if they wanted to get it, they would have rectified it after Jellyfish Potter. No, you didn't. You went that little step up above with Pochettino, all right, who's still a downgrade under all the managers I've listed that I would accept, and I'm sure you would accept. So therefore, the proof is in the pudding. When Poch eventually goes, because he's set up, he's dealt a shit hand like Jellyfish Potter and all the rest, all right, we're going to know where we're going with this model, if the model's going to change. And that's the only way you can see it.
100%. And you know what's mad? You mentioned, if we go back to Frank Leboeuf and what he was talking about, there was something key yesterday. He mentioned about Madueke, and used Madueke as an example, right? Yeah. But he was saying how Madueke's crossing the ball into the box just on instinct, without actually looking to see if there's anyone there, or there you go. There. Let's read it out. Yeah.
Madueke at one point, he made the cross where we could see there was no Chelsea player in the 16-yard box, but he made it. Obviously. The last time I saw that was a 14-year-old in my village, where you don't know what to do with a ball, so you cross it and you don't care about it. Yeah. The guy's a professional player. It means he crossed by instinct. He doesn't know what he does. He does not inform himself on what he's to do. This is absolutely appalling, he said.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong.
And he's not wrong with that. I'm not just going to single out Madueke, though. That was the pattern across the entire pitch.
Yeah.
It honestly looks like, if you've played football at any level, you understand what it means to be winging it, right? To just have a kick about with your mates. It's just a match, this team against this team, and there's no manager or anything, and we're just going to, let's just try and score, right? That's basically it. And whatever happens, happens. If I get the ball, I look up, I react to what's happening in front of me, and I'm not thinking about a system, or I know one player is going to be running into a certain space, or I need to go into a certain space, I need to run down a certain channel, I need to take on a certain play. There's none of that, right? It's obvious yesterday. You could just see players were winging it, absolutely winging it. So it goes back to the point, because, Pochettino, as far as I'm concerned, no system, nothing implemented, and he's getting worse, right? As time goes on, it's just getting worse. But this is where we have to address the big fish, the big elephant in the room. It's that we need to get an elite manager in to take hold of this if we want to see levels again, because if not, we're just going to keep seeing this madness. Simple as that.
And this is facts. And do you know what's a joke? Do you know what this wound me up? I think, what was this put out yesterday? Todd Bowley and Begdad Barley believe they are building a 100-point Premier League team. 100-point. These frauds, these Clownlakes are amortising points, bruv, let alone wages. All right? We ain't getting that in the next year. We'll be lucky to get it in the next 7 years.
Funnily enough, the first time they said that was the start of the season.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the start of the season. Well, look how far we've come since the start of the season. If you had said we were looking to build a 100-point team back then, I'm looking to build a 50-point team now, because that's where we're heading. It's a joke. It just shows you that it's all words, and it's all, whether it's hope or it's calculated lies or I don't know. But one way or another, it's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah, it is
So-
nonsense. And it shows you their complete lack of understanding of anything on a football level, bruv. I mean, they don't know anything about football. Everything 4-4-3 formations, all this jazz, and Tuchel just laughing at them. Someone's put a quite thread in the chat, and he says, you know, you can get an elite manager, no elite manager will take his job. That's the point I'm making, is that for an elite manager to accept the job means that they're changing their model, because this model doesn't work with an elite manager. So until we get that elite manager, then we know we're going in the right direction.
No, 100%. And look, I want to testify. Right now, Chelsea are still in a position where they can attract elite director, manager. We can. The brand is so big, and we're still at a point where this is reversible.
Yeah.
But
it's the money spent, Eunice. That's the problem. They spent.
But this is the thing. If we keep going, I'll give one example. We go into a third season. This happens again. We're cooked. This game over. At that point, even managers will look and go, nah, that's way too far beyond my scope of trying to change it in a contract that I'm going to get for like what, 2-3 years? No chance. I'm not going to be able to do it. There's no point. Or even on that level, it would mean we have to try and attract and spend more money on a manager to even think of trying to tempt. Right now, it's still in a position where it's not ideal, but it's still reversible. It's still reversible.
There's always a way to change it. There's always a way to
100%.
save it. But I said last season when it was Potter, I said, this is the moment. Sack Potter, all well and good, but it's who you bring in.
Exactly.
And they brought us Poch.
Yeah.
And they forced us to back this guy. They forced us to back everything that they put in front of us because they're abusing our love for our football club. I'm not going to back blindly. I'm not going to black this. This is a joke. It's embarrassing. And if anyone actually has any thought process that you thought that Poch is going to succeed, no chance. Right now, under this model, you could put an elite gaffer and they won't even succeed because the structure behind is a joke. You've got to work. You got, like I talk about the engine, all these mechanical parts, they fit together and they're put there purposely. And if you use top quality original parts instead of reconditioned parts, you're going to have a better long life and end result. Yeah. Well, they need to put it together using the original manufacturing supplier. You know, go to the manufacturer who produces the eliteness, and you work and put all those pieces together and create that hierarchy to allow you to implement your structure, which is your, I want to buy young players, but I'm not only going to buy young players, I'm going to go out and have some players on mega wages. Because what their thought process is this, and I don't think people know this, and I don't know if you know it. Maybe you can tell me after I've said it, right? Is that they thought they could come in, balance the books, sell all these, buy all these young players, build up value, go up, try and get up, trust the process, get right up, trust the process, flip some players, create that self-sustainable income without them having to go in their pockets, all right? Sort of make that money back that they're spending, if you like. Then they would sell young talents or stakes in clubs they got to then go and buy the one superstar or the two superstars. That's their thought process. But you ain't going to get there to buy these superstars within your 10-year reign, because not only does football not work like that, and super youth teams and all this absolute malarkey, it's the fact that this league doesn't allow you to do it. It's too relentless.
It's way too completely,
like you say this on your tweet a day in respect to you, is that it's not that we hate the owners. I hate what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's the manner and what you're doing. It's your actions. Yeah. You change that and you actually dress us accordingly, bring us the eliteness because we are elite, then we're going to buy into you and we'll love you eventually.
Yep.
But you're not doing that because
Exactly.
you're fucking everyone off with PR that you are and you're not. And we're calling you out for it.
100%. That's a good point you made, Ben, about this league is relentless and football is relentless. As a whole, football is relentless. At the top level, it's relentless. You're not going to be able to go 5 years in 10th and then, your finances are in order, so now I'm going to try and buy a superstar. That's like if, imagine if Brighton right now wanted to go and, get one of the top players in the world. Are they interested in getting Haaland? It's not happening. It's not happening.
There's context, but Brighton's not Chelsea. Chelsea's elite pedigree. Like
the point, you stay at that level for long or longer than you should, you're going to lose your status. That's the whole point. Your status is gone.
You're not relevant anymore.
You're not relevant anymore.
Now.
That's it. Yeah. You will be seen as that team that used to be big one time, and now you're just a mid-table Premier League club. That's it.
Like United, but they're not mid-table, and they're under the worst owners.
Yeah, exactly.
They still go and buy big. They still pay out big wages, but they know they're such a huge club, globalized. You know what I'm saying? Their revenue's ridiculous on a marketing scale. All right, we got Paul. We got Mega Paul.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We're Chelsea, man. We're the most. We won a Champions League 2.5 years ago, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
This is why I say these owners are not stupid. They've walked in and they've got the club at such a cut price, and the investment is such a good investment on a business level. Because you look at the global fan base of this club, we are one of the largest global fan bases in the world. How can you not make money with that?
Yeah.
Hey, we've got one of the biggest
relevance of success that makes you bigger because your fan base grows.
There we are. But it's because of what we've done, we now have this. But now they've got this that they can play with. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they've walked into. And it works for them. Great. But we have to get ourselves back on the right path and fix this quick. Because if not, we're gonna become irrelevant. If this keeps going. People talking about Arsenal and Liverpool having to finish 8th for 1 or 2 seasons and that. This could be like 3-4 seasons where we're 10th, 12th. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, just
at that point, we're done.
And then what you're going to get protests and that. All Chelsea need, right?
Needs to come before that. Yeah.
Is with Chelsea, one protest, just one. That's all it will take.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the Manx up there, up north, where they just keep doing it. It does no effect. The more and more times you do something, the less and less relevant it becomes. And the owners just go, well, they laugh it off. They're sitting in their yacht somewhere going, so what, man? We'll just go and spend the 70 million and they'll be all right. You know what I mean? Or we'll make a decision here and there. No, with these owners, different ball game. Although they're worse than the Glazers in the sense of how they've come into a football club so quickly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll list out.
They're opportunists.
Yeah, they are, and their equity.
They took a great opportunity.
Yeah, their equity opportunity. Let's play Thomas Tuchel here, Eunice.
Go for it. LDTT.
Because I'll go TT because TT lands the damn minerals here. He lands it and he says it exactly how it should be said.
I love this clip.
Back this guy. I love this.
Yeah.
It is very common to say, it's not only about the result, it's also about the process. But
the end result,
like my experience in Chelsea, in Paris, in Dortmund, in Mainz, it is about the result. I have to tell you. And you can overcome one loss. You can overcome a short period of results that are missing. If the players feel, but we are on the right way, but it cannot be too long. Otherwise, nobody trusts the process anymore.
And this is so powerful in the sense that not only is it our ex-gaffer, but listen to the other clubs he mentioned, Eunice. They ain't on our level. Mainz
except Mainz.
And Dortmund. Mainz and
But
Dortmund.
no, it goes to prove his point even further. Even at Mainz, results, mate.
They still got mentality. Yeah.
That's the way football is. You can't change it, especially in the modern day, because we're talking about money, yeah? Results, right? And the way that it's moving is going to dictate money, at least in the short term, right? There's going to be consequences. And if you're willing to take the hit, you take the hit and you look at the long term, which is, I think, what these owners are doing. But on a short term, many clubs, you're going to get hits if results are not coming in. So he's absolutely right.
He had the genius, the GOAT, Pep Guardiola, greatest manager, going, oh, they're so good. They're so good. They play wide, you know? They go so wide. Fantastic.
Oh, man, we had him.
You know what I'm saying, man? We had him literally losing more hair follicles in that season. Rattled, bruv. We beat him 3 times, man.
Well, when I hear Tuchel talk, right? It's been ages since I heard him speak. Sorry, since he spoke, and yeah, it's mad, man. I used to look forward to every press conference and what he was going to say, because that's how engaging he was and how our top level he was, to the point where you're just going along with it. You just know, yep, this is cool. I'm on board. Let's go. Come on, and you're just seeing levels.
He's scary.
Even the way he speaks. Wonderful.
Yeah. Everything, the way he respected us, the way he represented our football club. You know, I'll drive there, I'll get a coach, I'll fly a plane. We don't care just to play the game, to play football. We're Chelsea. We stick together. We're a family. We're elite. We're united.
Yep.
We've got mentality. We're going to go and win. And the state we were in, and we went to Real Madrid at Bernabeu, and we should have beat them, really. If Kante was just that little bit close to the Modric and he didn't make that world-class ball, we would have gone through. You know, fine margins, bruv. And we would have been in another final, or what is it, semi-final then, because that was a quarter. You know what I'm saying? And you're a step closer. And you think to yourself, look at the squad he had. You know, everyone was dissing that squad, yeah? That squad won it. It needed to be tweaked. But you had experience. You had 100%. Mentality, bruv. We don't have any of that now. You've gutted it all out. So where do you expect us to traject to? You ain't going to go. They're so data-driven. It's AI software.
That's the problem.
From Burnley, right? Buying these young kids, and you can't build a team like that. It's a Football Manager.
We got to clarify. It's AI scouting software that's used by Burnley and all the American soccer teams.
Oh, money.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Where's the MLS? Yeah. In terms of levels, why are we following them? You know, I don't see any other top club in Europe doing this. So why are we doing it? Oh, we're trying to get ahead of the curve. We're trying to dictate, or not dictate. We're trying to, be a little bit ahead in terms of the way that business direction is heading in. We're trying to, we're trying to use data before eventually everyone else does, because everyone's going to hop on the bandwagon at some point.
Trial and error, social experiment. But let's have it right. Ted Lasso Bowley, turning up like he thinks he's James Bond at the Golden Globes because he owns the event or whatever.
He owns the Golden. Yeah, he owns the
Golden Globe. Well done. Yeah, I say he's a long way from Hollywood. Is he a long way from Hollywood? Because he must be looking. He must be watching Moneyball on replay, probably thinking, "Should I get Brad Pitt as our gaffer in the dugout?" And maybe we'll have a chance.
We might get Ted Lasso.
In that case, Ted Lasso, bro.
We might actually get Ted Lasso.
Get Ted Lasso Bowley and Siri Merchant and Jose Fulgaziano and get them going, get their coaching badges, all right, and with FIFA, and they can get in the dugout, the 3 of them. Why not?
For real. This is what I said.
Wise, you know, thereabouts on the training ground, looking around. Well, this player's a good player. Sell him. That player's a good player we bought. Yeah, sell him. You know, we got profit. Vampires, bro.
Mate, this is what I've said in the past, man. I'm like, look, if the manager's not getting, this is the whole Pochettino thing. If he was not getting backed, right, and he's not part of conversations properly where he's got legit input and he's not just being, asked a question here and there like he has been. If we're not getting managers fully involved, then why are you hiring a manager? Just go and do it yourself.
Fantastic.
Clearly, you want to do it yourself. Go on, manage the team then. You do it.
That's a great point, Eunice. Why are they hiring a manager? Why are they making decisions? Why are they not trusting their directors? Because I believe, and what I know, is these directors are yes men to what they say. So everything is a fool guy tactic. Poch is the fool guy. Potter's the fool guy. Let's bring the next one. Poch, full guy. He gets the first bump because he's managing the team, right? He's in the front of the press 24/7, right? What they say gets scrutinised, gets ripped apart and put together and digested and pushes out different narratives all over the gaff, all right? He's a full guy. Then the next one after that will be who? Carradine Winstanley and Stuart Little. But no one will go that little notch up, which is in fact controlling all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So do I have any hope? Is the question to myself and to you. Yeah. Do we have any hope in hell right now that these clowns are actually going to turn it around, bruv? Because the way I'm looking, they ain't got a chance. But I will still go. I'll still land it. I will not stop. But do 100%. I believe it? Prove me wrong. Just like I said, Jellyfish Potter, prove me wrong. All these players coming in, prove me wrong. Clownlake, prove me wrong. Everyone prove me wrong. I'm happy to own up and put my hands up and go, do you know what? I've got it all wrong. Yeah? I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that. I want that more than anything.
To be honest, yeah, I'd want that. Yeah.
I want it. Give it to me. Put me in the woods. Put me in the woods, bro.
Oh, for real. No, you're right. Look, I agree. The hope isn't really there. But this is where the chance is for them to turn it, because I'll say this now. When Poch does get chopped, it's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. It'll happen. It has to. Even what we're hearing now, Poch's job is safe and all of that. Now, listen, we lose to Fulham on Saturday. You best believe things are happening. We don't get a result against Middlesbrough. I think that will be the end. But the next manager that comes in has to be a top manager. Has to be. If the next manager is not a top manager that's coming in and we get some next bozo from somewhere, I don't know who it's going to be. At that point, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be talking players anymore. Do you see, quick one, do you see how they turn it around? They're losing 1-0. They're in the second half. They reach the 70th minute. They're like, all right, listen, we got to start. Let's start playing serious, lads. We're taking the mick here. All right, no problem. Bosh. Am I correct? Klopp made substitutions that changed the game again, didn't he? What a surprise. He brought on Nunes, brought on Gakpo. Lo and behold, Nunes got 2 assists and Gakpo got the second goal.
It's the changes, game management of an elite manager. Just like he dealt with Lego Head. He brought on 2 kids for energy.
Change the game.
And if you noticed in that game tactically, he still played it risky by leaving 4 players up top and not just sitting back. So he was waiting to get that counter-attack. And he kept doing that. They kept doing that. And eventually they got that first goal and then they got the second goal. And that's an elite gaffer. Yeah, that veneer merchant, I can't stand him, bruv. All right? But that guy is top level. And yes, he's only won one. He's won 1 Champions League and he's won 1 Premier League. They're first in 30 years. They give it all to big un. Yeah. All right. As our GOAT Super Frank said. But this is the thing. He's still up there. Do you know he's the longest serving manager right now in the Premier League?
Yeah, he came just before Pep did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look how, can you not see, Eunice, how he's starting to build another team? He's slowly, like out of nowhere from last season, where I don't even know where they finished last season. Europa League, was it? Europa League, they finished slot? They were rubbish last year.
Yeah, Europa League. Yeah, Europa, yeah.
Well, now look at them. They've replenished their midfield. They've actually backed him. And they do it on budget as well. They might spend the odd 70 here or whatever. But the majority of their signings are like 30. Man, McAllister was what? 35 million or something stupid.
Exactly.
From Brighton.
Who are normally hard to deal with. No, they got in and got that done pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah. We got mugged off.
We've been mugged off everywhere. Yeah.
And Liverpool were the catalyst. So yeah. That's a top manager, which is why I'm saying if we get rid of Pochettino, not if, when we get rid of Pochettino, the next manager has to be a top manager. If it's not a top manager, as I said, I'm not going to be talking about players anymore.
And top director Eunice, we have to keep landing that
100%.
And both. Yeah.
Get rid of both and go and get one.
Yeah.
Just one. Why have we got two, by the way? Weirdly enough, I've never asked this question. I just went along with it. Why have we got two sporting directors? How does that work? Why two?
They're in charge of the first team signings, the youth, the Cobham Academy, the women's team, and then one more thing, medical as well. I think they're sort of like they're linked to everything, aren't they? Because it's all their job profile covers the
entire
core areas. Yeah. And then they got Tom Roddy, who's communications director, funny enough, from the Times. All right, which is why their PR's getting better and better and more on point. But right now, it's the results where they've gone, we better just keep it a little bit quiet now. Let's just not push it out too hard. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Yep.
And tomorrow, what's going to come out, or the day after? I don't want to think about losing at Fulham because that's just fucking unacceptable. But Fulham, if we did go down that path,
look, it's at the Bridge. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday early kickoff.
Yeah. You got to win that. I don't give a shit. How many must wins have we had all season? In fact, I think pretty much after we lost to Forest first, didn't we? We lost to Forest at home. Yeah. And then it sort of knocked on, and then you had the Brentfords in between. I think like every game's becoming a must-win game, and we're only halfway in the season.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Thomas Tuchel goes to United or Arsenal? I'm just putting it out there. All right. Can you imagine? I'll go. I'm gone, mate. Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah, I ain't having that.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. No way.
Why is it all right for them to go and do it and we're not? Why not? Why can't we go and get the eliteness? Why can't we bring the fucking proper gaffers and that mindset? Why can't we have that? Why we got to have all these fucking kids 24/7 and this whole PR happy go merry-go-round magic roundabout fucking shit 24/7? Why? For what fucking reason? We're not a mid-table team. We're not a mid-table club. And it's like, we're not going to come at our players because they're our players. But let's be real, are they fucking good enough? Half of them ain't good enough.
Yeah.
Most of them are all potential that you don't even know if you're going to get the best out of them. And when they are performing, these clowns will sell them anyway. So it's like, oh, you're back to square one. That's the model. Like, it's just ridiculous that people buy into this nonsense.
Yeah, no, it's bonkers. It's bonkers. And this is what I'm saying. Like, the Fulham game coming up it's at the Bridge. I guarantee we don't get a result, it's probably going to kick off. Like, at the ground or something, we'll get to that point where we were with Graham Potter, where all of a sudden there's just booze across the place. It's just, it turns really toxic. It gets really bad. And look, at this point, it's inevitable. It's bound to happen. This is why I'm stressing. When the time comes, we have to get an elite manager in. If more reason so, if we see Thomas Tuchel, head off to United, or if he ever went Arsenal, if they sack Arteta, I don't think they will, but United probably. He goes to one of them, and we don't back ourselves up with a proper manager to put us in a contention to compete with that, then we're stuffed. Like, we go through one more manager after Poch that's mediocre, final nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
Job
this
done.
is the third strike, the last
final nail.
Last one.
We can't have that. We can't have that. For me, that's an illegal crime. We can't have that done after Poch. It's got to be someone big. It's got to be someone proper, and we got to change the director. We do that, everyone's on board. Cool. Let's move. Fantastic.
Shout out Tobes, who was at the game last night. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is what he put. He put Sanchez was third choice goal. All this is facts. I'm going to land all the facts. I can't believe how many times I've been speaking all this stuff. All right. Sanchez was third choice keeper at Brighton. Disasi and Badishile nearly relegated Monaco. Yeah. These are facts. Cucurella's put is useless. He's a brilliant pad. Yeah, I mean, look, Cucurella. I wanted him because City wanted him, and I think in the right balanced team under Tuchel, where we had a DM and we didn't have injuries, I think he would have done all right. But he's still a squad player. Let's have it right. He always looked better in a Brighton team than he would ever do going to a big club, elevating that next step. He's not going to look as good as he did at Brighton. That's a fact, like most of his players. Enzo would be 11 million Benfica midfielder if we never overspent on him, all right? And he was at Benfica for 6 months, and then we had the World Cup, right? Who he fought tooth and nail to get out of that club, which he'll do at our club, I'll believe you me. Casado had about 10 good games for Brighton. These are his opinions, obviously, like some of them, because I haven't watched Casado enough under Brighton. Colwell had about 3 good games for Brighton. He's not wrong. I don't think he was that great at Brighton. And he's our starting left back. Gallagher was being sold in the summer, now captain. In fact, he was being sold in January and the summer, and he's captain after the captaincy's been thrown about like a you know what I'm saying, a brass. Mudryk has a good 6 months in Ukraine. Silva's 40 years old. Noni had 10 games in for PSV maximum. Yeah. Bro had 4 good games for Southampton a couple years back. Facts. Jackson had a good last 8 games for Villarreal. We bought Fofana injured, Lavia injured, James is injury prone, we know, Chilwell and Kunku injury prone. He's had 2 injuries, serious injuries before we bought him. Then he's had the 3rd one with us in pre-season. So that's 3 big injuries. And now he's out injured again with a hip, all right, which the French journalists tried to tell us that he wasn't. But Rahman Osman land the minerals. Gusto
Let's see if he's there for Fulham, by the way. Let's see if he's there for Fulham.
All right, let's see. Yeah. I doubt it. Right.
Of course not. Of course
Gusto thinks he's Ronaldo at right back. Sterling is on 400k a week. Yeah, he is. We've had 4 managers under Todd and Clownlake. Clownlake got rid of medical staff, then rehired them. Some of them
one got rehired.
Yeah.
But he works on Sundays. Just to
Yeah, he only works on Sundays, but he's freelance. Clownlake wanted to play 4-4-3. Said Cobham produced Salah and KDB. They didn't believe in relegation. We know that, and they thought we automatically qualified for Champions League. And then he also put we didn't have a shirt sponsor for nearly a whole first half of the season. And Clownlake got rid of the club. Got everyone out of the club, who is Chelsea and Roman, which is facts, and made Czech go and play ice hockey. They're all facts, right? Majority. Some are opinions in there, but I'm saying the majority when you digest it. Oh, and don't forget Cole Palmer. We spent 50 million on a player that can't even get in just about on the bench for Man City as our star boy. That's why we're where we are. And we spent $1 billion.
It's pretty dire, isn't it? When you put it like that, it's pretty dire. It's a big reality check, 100%.
And we got this last final and last but least, because this one is the golden ticket. Yeah, we've gone from the Champions League, all right, promotions to OnlyFans, yeah, and Slosh Pot Wet, yeah, courtesy of Nico Jackson, bruv. Yeah, we have now gone, and that does that not look like it's arranged on a fucking absolute top notch level? Why is the gaffer on his own? Yeah, in front of that beautiful backdrop. Yeah, dressed as he is. I mean, what are we doing here, bruv?
And you know where that is, by the way?
Where is that?
That's on the back end of the bridge. You know where the hub is?
Right.
Where the coaches where the players will get dropped off and the coach will go inside into the ground. At the back end over there, that's where that is. Like, you need access to be able to reach that area. It's not anyone that can just walk up onto that area during a match day. That's cut off.
Minerals land in there. Eunice lands minerals. Orchestrated. Pre-planned. Yeah, arranged.
But one way or another, she got access. So,
who's giving her access? We'd love to hear from you.
Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah. We would love to hear from you. Yeah. I need to be motivated. Extra motivation. Like playing for Chelsea's not enough motivation. Yeah. So here we are, Eunice, bruv. I mean, it's absolutely embarrassing, isn't it, really? Let's be real about it. I'm going to quickly run through these super minerals quickly. So we got Jamie. Big up James. Says, hi, Johnny and Eunice. Poch is underperforming, but if he goes well, we'll end up with Slot, Company, or Frank, another lapdog, but even less proven than Poch. It can't go that way.
If it goes that way, I'm sorry. I don't even know what will happen. I'll kick off. I'll kick off. No, at that point, that's a declaration of war. If that happens, I'm treating it as
war
a
against the fans. That's a criminal
big
act.
time. Yeah, that means you've not listened to anything, and you want to do it this way. We're going to do it the hard way. Cool, we'll do it the hard way.
It's like they only choose to listen to what they want to listen to and want to hear because they've made their mind up irrespective. And they've actually managed, using the brown envelope matrix, to make our supporters that way. They only want to listen to what their mind's sort of been programmed to listen to.
What it accepts. Yeah.
What it accepts.
What they want to hear.
Anything that's outside is too much.
Yeah.
They go like, what's his name? Harvey in the hospital bed with the Joker. You know, someone takes one piece out and they all lose their minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll go crazy. Yeah. But yet everything in the world is mad anyway. So everything at Clownlake's mental. But we make one little sale of Conor Gallagher and everyone goes, boo. It's that type of reaction, result, end result. You get what I'm saying? And I want to keep Conor because we need squad that we need DNA at our football club, man. Big up to Sonny Chelsea, my member, Mills FC Ultra member. Respect to you becoming a member, my geezer. Love to you, man. Big up RIP Fee Faces. Big up to you two. Owners, what's he say? Owners have the vision of Stevie Wonder, backbone of Stephen Hawkins in a wheelchair, ego of Zlatan of Bakayoko.
Wow. Oh my god.
Fuck me.
I love you know what? Comments like this makes me feel like I'm on some sort of late show. This is great. I love this.
Oh, this is wonderful. You don't get this anywhere else.
You don't get this anywhere else. No,
don't get this anywhere else, bruv.
Love. Big up.
Oh, shout out Cursor, Come Shot FC. Here we go, bruv. It's raining. It's raining because that's the whole point. You don't know where it goes. That's the process at Chelsea. Right, so let's move on. Big up RIP FIFA. Big up to Blues Enthusiast says, these owners sacked a manager who only had 16 losses in 100 games.
And a 60% win percentage.
Yeah, TT's results, man. When you put it up,
our manager
is mental.
Our manager now has got, is it 45? We've lost more games than anything else. So,
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Jamie says, I'm arguing with fans who think Tuchel signed the flop players in 2022. They disrespected him, calling him a terrorist when it was the players' fault. It was players, it was injuries, it was the whole sort of shockwaves after the sanctioning. Everything's happening too quickly. Yeah. Nothing was stable. You had these clowns doing what they're doing, forcing players on him, dictating, trying to get in dressing rooms. They had all that going on. You had a lot 100%. Of, when he came out in that pre-season and said, we're not ready. For me, I remember I was sitting with Tony Rolfe, big up Tony Rolfe, yeah. We was doing a watch-along for that. And we went, that's not right, man. Like, something's not right for him to say that. He's never spoken that way. So that was where the alarm bell started ringing.
Big time.
where I thought, and you could tell the way we played anyway. We got done by Arsenal, and that was just like ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Look at the way that we've headed since. You could just
Yeah.
see it all play out. That's all confirmation of what was going on back then. Now
Rebel Rising. We saw what happened last summer after elite Enrique and Nagelsmann rejected us. No elite gaffer will come until they still run their model, and that is the truth. Enrique and Nagelsmann said no. They rejected Chelsea. It wasn't what they said. The other way around. Why would you, as owners, reject those two gaffers when we've just had Jellyfish Potter? Make it make sense.
exactly.
They got their demands, and that's the reality. Big up to James says, Johnny, if we sign Henderson, we might as well sign Maguire, recall Dr. Timberlands, who's cement-booty fraud, rename the club statue FC, and do the mannequin challenge on match day.
Mate, well, we're doing that pretty well already, if I'm honest. Our movement is shocking. What do you think, really quick? Well, because I know you've got more super chats.
No, go.
I've seen some people mention that it's probably best that we don't spend a penny, right, until Poch is gone, and get a proper manager in, and then start doing business. And you know what? After what we saw yesterday, I'm not entirely against that now.
No,
because I'd be worried if we actually went and bought more players now, and then we sack Poch. Well, it's like, all right, even these players are just going to join the umbrella of other players that we've got in that we don't have a clue about. So, what's the point? Let's just halt everything, then get rid of Poch, get a top manager, get them involved in transfers, and let's go from there. But we're not going to do that.
You're not going to do that. And the thing is, they're going out in the market, Eunice, to spend the way they're going to spend. It doesn't make a difference. They've done it with Potter, they've done it with Poch, and they've done it with Tuchel.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones buying these players, assembling. Whoever has advised them to go the Brighton route, right? Because, let's have it right. If you're buying a football club, right, you would be prepared and have an idea of what you're going to do, correct?
100%.
Right? You come in. So if Brighton FC was the model, why didn't you do it from the start? Why didn't you lower the wage structure? Why didn't you do all what you're doing? Why didn't you do it from the start? That's the first thing. The second thing is, all right, why didn't you get your directors in place straight away? Yeah. Why didn't you get a sporting director straight away instead of Bowley and Siri Merchant playing sporting director? And why are they still sporting directors making the overall decisions when they've got no idea about football? So whoever's advised them, it's like they've just bought the club, like you said, great deal, we're going in straight away. It's a great prospect. It's too good to be true. We're going to put all our money in that basket and we're going to buy the football club, right? But there's been no thought process or understanding or care or planning. And it's all on the job.
On a footballing level, yeah, none. On a financial level, you best believe they've got every corner covered.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
No one questions it though, do they? Red Rises and Frankie Super Lampard 3.3 coming.
I swear.
I would rather. Yeah, I would rather. I'll tell you this now, Eunice. I would rather go in my Cobham, all right, get my Chelsea players that love this club, all right, go get a Super Frank and play with kids from Cobham than to go and spend $1 billion in doing what we're doing right now. You might as well, because we'll probably be sitting 10th anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah, at least we'll be growing some kids.
It's a joke.
But you know what, mate, on a level, if I see that we're linked with Lampard on an interim again, I'm flipping.
It won't happen.
I'm kicking off.
Mate, what, you're logging off?
I love Frank, but mate, listen, go and respect. I want him. I actually want him to do well. He needs to go and manage in a place where he will get what he needs to get, build up that experience, learn more, and come back because he's still young, right? I'm not writing off Lampard or any of these guys yet because they've times on their hand as a manager. They got tons of time, but not again, please, no.
Why? Ask yourself, why is John Terry not in this club right now? Why is he not involved in that first team? Why is he not involved on training ground? Why is he not brought in the dressing room? Why is he not being brought in to set the standards? Right?
Yep.
Why? Why not? Do you know what? On a managerial level, John Terry will only be accepted at Chelsea. No other club will accept him as a gaffer for reasons obvious, right? Now,
he said it himself.
Yeah, you can't take that away. Yeah, he's done, right? But he's man enough, continue, and he's in his proper Chelsea. He's our legend, captain, leader, legend. Why can't we have him involved at this football club, even as a director level, bruv? You know what I'm saying? Someone like Petr Cech, who was a connection. We don't have that either.
To be honest, I'd have him in as an assistant.
Yeah. Get him in the dressing room with all these kids going, sort it out.
Dean Smith was bold enough to do it for Villa.
Let's be real. Eunice, he'd be lynching Pochettino with those pressers and that mentality. He'd be knocking him out.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm asking this is, and I'm giving you the answer, is he's not a yes man.
Exactly.
That's why.
He's not got 1% of yes in him.
Nah. He's got respect for the ones he should show respect to, like the Jose's and whoever's the hierarchy. He ain't got respect for these clowns upstairs.
No.
Look, we'll play the clip once for everyone that's new in here, whatever. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah, we'll play it. It's like literally, 10 seconds or whatever it is. Yeah, this is JT.
Finally, the owners now trying to make decisions and we let football people do the football side of things. We need to care of the football club. He can give us every possibility to achieve what we achieved in our time. So we're very lucky that we had him.
That's why he's not involved in the club. Yeah.
Basically, said it outright.
Facts. Right, I've got a couple more. I think we've got. Right, so big up to Brian. He says, Clownlake Capital, Circus Act, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals, long live Chelsea Old Boys. You know it. Respect to Chelsea Old Boys, man. I'll go. He says, the only winner the last 2 years, Malan Sarr. Find him, Malan Sarr. We're trying to find him. His socks are at the knees, low on the ankles. Everyone's saying they've got to find him, bro.
He's disappeared.
Yeah. So's Ziyech, Houdini himself. He might be back, but no, he's going to disappear, bruv. Who knows? But yeah.
No, apparently with Ziyech, there were Turkish reports that everything that was coming out was false. Like he's not.
Oh, so he's not coming back.
Like that. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right. Fair
but Malang Sarr, Houdini, mate.
Yeah, he's probably one of the greatest magicians of all time, bruv, of all history. Yeah, for this guy to disappear like that off the face of Chelsea, bruv. But yeah, very quickly before we wrap it up, what manager is your first choice at Chelsea? Because let's be real, Poch ain't going to last, mate. So who changes the model and who's your choice?
It's obvious, man.
Go on.
Jose all day long. I've said this for time. I've said this for ages. I need 3.0. On this occasion, the only exception is Jose. Lampard, no 3.0, please. Not yet, anyway. Thank you. But no, Jose for reasons beyond football. I'm not even looking in terms of tactically, I'm looking at someone that's going to just set the foundation and rattle a few feathers up in this club once again. Do you know what I mean? He's going to look. It's actually quite fitting. He came in 2004. He left, done what he done. He came back in 2013 for the 13-14 season. Built another foundation there. We ran with that up until after Antonio Conte left. And then 2023-24, he comes back again 10 years later. Mate, lay a new foundation because we bloody need it. And we need it on a mentality level, DNA, young players, turn them into men at least a bit. All the circumstances in order to bring us back up to a level, and then we can start talking on a tactical level and, you know, in terms of football. And I guarantee, at least for the first season or two, we'd be up there back where we should be. And then after that, we can discuss and take it from there and go where we need to go. And if we need to make a change, we make a change. But best believe that foundation is probably something that we can rely on for the next decade. So let's do that. And you know what? Another thing, the only one that will truly, truly unite the fan base properly is Jose. 100%. You best believe he walks in, everyone's back on board. Everyone's back on board. So that would be my pick for now, because I think it's urgently needed.
I agree, and I am on that same path with Jose, because more than anything, he knows this club, he knows what it should be and where it should be, and he truly loves the club, and the connection with the fans is second to none, right? Yeah. He will demand ready-made players. He will demand elite standards training. He will have to go old school on these young kids and set discipline. And we need that at Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
There's only one other manager other than him that I would have, and I would bring back Thomas Tuchel. So
100%.
Basically, it's those two, because those two, for me, they unite the supporters to the team and everything at the club, and it's the environment that we need, and we need to know that we're being led by an elite minerals general that's going to take us in that right direction and won't take no nonsense, and knows what the supporters want, what they are. They show them respect, love, and reward. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. And until upstairs make that call, we will forever be searching for this, and it will always be a void at Chelsea Football Club. Because if you remember, before we had Sarri, which was toxic, you know what I'm saying? It was very divided. Yeah. We bought Lampard, or Roman bought Lampard, united the supporters, like, you know what I'm saying? We brought through youth. We lost one of the greatest players in Eden Hazard, transfer ban, all that. Yeah. And then we sacked Lampard, which I was raging with, really, because I love him. Do you know what I mean? And we brought Tuchel, who I was sceptical with, and he had to earn his stripes with me personally. Anyway, with me, the way I felt, and he did. He got me.
100%.
What are you doing? So
I was skeptical. Yeah.
Even with the FA Cup final, I haven't said, like, I come at him like, you're an elite. I can expect you with Frank, but with you're an elite gaffer, right? Why are we not winning that game? I was on platforms and I said, we'll win the Champions League that year, irrespective of what manager. And we won it. I know. And I can tell the way we play, the way the games are. I just got this. I can tell. But yeah, Tuchel united the fan base. Yes, he won the Champions League. It's like, you win that, and you think, wow. But even if we didn't win it, you still felt like we were going, you saw instant impact, instant change in identity, the way we played straight away. And we were going in the right direction. And Roman would have, do you know what I mean? Instead, he bought him the cement boot rat and it all went tits up. But, you know, we know he still managed to deal with the situation. But yeah. Jose, Tuchel, 2 picks.
No, 100%. You know, with Tuchel, with Tuchel, I'd take him all day long, 100%. The only thing is that we know he's probably the last man on the list on the face of this earth that these owners will have as a manager. Because it's broken down, and he's just left recently. It's the same reason why under Roman, after Jose got sacked, I was like, I know he's never coming back. It's done. Like, for as long as Roman's at this club now, we're not getting Jose for the 3rd time. It's dead, right? Now that's flipped. And that's flipped because we've got new owners. If they wake up, they wake up. I take Tuchel back, but they would need to drop their ego and they would need to admit they made a mistake. And that's the problem. And that's their biggest mistake. Can you imagine, even if they brought Tuchel back, everyone would be buzzing, but it would be an admission that what they did was wrong. And they had to crawl back to Tuchel. And I think it's safe to say they're probably never, ever going to do that.
Billionaire won't do it.
With Jose, it's not the same. Because with Jose, it's unlike with Roman. If this was Roman, it would be his admission if he went back in for a third time, which was never going to happen. But with this, they bring in Jose. They get everyone on board. There is no admission. They scream out that they've finally woken up. They are getting an elite manager, and they're running with it. But with what you said, I agree. Jose or Tuchel, any of those two, I think is the only, and you know what? The only ones that are out there that you can actually go and get, funnily enough. There's no other top manager that you can actually go and get. Carlo Ancelotti's just signed a brand new deal. If we're talking about the new and upcoming ones, even the ones that are doing really well, fair play, Xabi Alonso, for example, but he's going to have to Bayern Munich if Tuchel leaves that job. No chance there. Pep's in a job, Klopp's in a job. All the big ones are in jobs. Jose, end of contract. Tuchel, about to get chopped at the end of the season, it seems. At the end of the season, we could have Jose and Tuchel available. Unbelievable. So,
and what Tuchel's done is, with Chelsea and the circumstances was madness, really, when you think about it. But what Jose's done throughout his career, and what he's done with Roma, winning the the Conference Trophy,
the Conference League, and then the final of the Europa League,
he's overachieved with clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Man United coming second, winning Europa League with that dead United team. Only a Jose can do that. That's the difference for me between Jose and Pep. Is that why I think Jose's a better, more elite gaffer than Pep, is because Pep hasn't been at any club like a Porto, gone and won a Champions League, hasn't had reduced funds.
It's limited,
to build a team to go and win titles and do it. Even with that Inter Milan team, he won the treble, man, against that Barca team, right? I can't see Pep doing that. Everywhere Pep's gone, he's gone to a team that is pretty much up there. Barca, greatest team. Grant, he made tweaks. He did. He made decisions that got him where he got him. I'm not
he's a top gaffer for sure.
He's elite, bruv. Yeah. But he went to Bayern Munich.
There's always that
they just won the treble. Yeah. City won the league when he went to them. Endless
Bayern
fun.
Munich. Funnily enough, Bayern Munich, you could say he succeeded, but he actually done less than what Heinkes the year before done because he won the treble.
Yeah.
Pep couldn't ever replicate that with Bayern Munich. So
he didn't win the Champions
do,
League.
But,
that's why he sacked him. You know the stands of Bayern? Yeah, Bayern. They lost the cup this year. He says our season's over. We're out of the domestic. We're out of the treble. We're out of the treble.
Yeah.
Right? What are we? Oh, don't worry about getting Europe. Don't worry. It's all right.
Yep.
We're in phase 4 for Europe. Right? That sent me off the edge. That's unacceptable. That tells you the mind state of these owners. They're clowns. They've got no standards whatsoever at Chelsea. They killed us, bro. Right?
It's unreal.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Poch is playing with no pressure, and there's no pressure, nothing at Chelsea. Right? Pressure is healthy. Pressure,
100%.
Everyone has pressure in their life. Without pressure in your life, right, and without feeling it, you need it to strive you, to make you, to better yourself, to achieve the goals you want to achieve. Otherwise, if it's all just happy-go-lucky, where are you going to get in life, bro? Yeah,
100%. That's a big lesson that a lot of people now I don't feel like are adhering to.
They want the easy option.
That's what triggered me when I heard Poch before the Middlesbrough game talking about that we're not what Chelsea used to be and all of this, and apparently it's just to take the pressure off the players. Like, no, listen, these young players,
what a great comment.
more than ever need pressure. If not, how are they going to grow? How are they going to develop? It's like expecting it. Exactly. That's exactly it.
That's a great.
You make diamonds with pressure, but mate, it's spot on. When you got kids growing up, for example, right? Not that I would want any kids to get hurt. But do you know the benefits that come from tripping over, falling over, climbing up a wall, and you tumble down, you scratch yourself, you go up a tree? You don't want your kid doing that, but the lessons they pick up from falling down and feeling a bit of pain that takes them on later in life is what's going to help them. You wrap them up in cotton wool and you don't do anything and you try and protect them in every single little possible bubble. When they're 18, mate, good luck to them. Because once they hit the real world, mate, they're going to get dominated in every single avenue, every single possible way.
And what did
the same
say at Spursy? There's quotes, of him saying we killed them. We know they're injured, or we know they're getting injured, or they've come back from injury, and we killed them in training. What you're saying is
that was at Tottenham. Yeah, that was saying that at Tottenham. Yeah.
So what? Are we getting more injuries like that? I still don't believe it's Poch. I think it's just that these kids have been bought and they're injury prone, and they're on such good deals that they've taken try their luck with it. Make bets in different markets, Beachhead, streamline Chelsea. That's the going rate now at Chelsea. But he's set up for failure either way, bruv. I mean, any gaffer really right now. Look at the squad; it's not strong enough. It's not got any core, no backbone, no leaders, no experience. Where are you going, bruv? Yeah. Where are you going? But that's how I'd say. Any last thoughts, Eunice? And do you want to tell everyone what you've got coming up?
Obviously, there's I've got a video that was launched earlier on, which is my message to the club, basically, and it's a case of what we've outlined on here in detail. To be honest, just about, for me, the solution is to get one top sporting director, one top manager, and let them run with it, and that's it. So that's on the video that I put out earlier on. From tomorrow onwards, it's a case of keeping up to date with all the PR that's coming out and all the latest, and looking to the game on Saturday for Fulham, where we play at the Bridge. So I'll give a preview for that on Friday. And yeah, apart from that, listen, shout out to everyone in the chat, and shout out to everyone that's watched and stuck throughout this entire stream. And thank you for having me on, mate. Much appreciated. And I'm not going to do it now, but first thing in the morning, Lavezza Super Crema, absolutely.
Are you on it? You on the Lavezza Super Crema?
I've got one. I always I get the beans, so I've literally got Lavezza Super Crema.
It's the best. Have you actually got it? You had it before.
I've actually got it. Yeah, I've actually got it. But you know what? Just for the sake of the stream.
Oh, we always knew Eunice was a Minerals FC Ultra, bruv.
Come on.
Oh, let's go, bruv. Super Crema, bruv. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Honestly, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. What an Ultra, bruv. Love that shit. Love it.
Mate, that coffee's good.
Oh, man, that coffee. Oh, Lavazza, man. Super Crema, baby. Yeah.
Quality.
Never a long way from it. I tell you that, every morning, every day, and every night. Yeah, we're not long way from Lavazza Super Crema, man. We should get advertised by these guys, man. We should advertise for them, mate. That would be mad. Lavazza, love that. You know what I'm saying? Big up. I put in the chat, guys. Eunice is linked to the Clownlakes. Yeah, so make sure you go and click on that. I will actually. Let me try and pin it. I can't pin it on here. Let me try and pin it while I'm here. I'll pin it now, so then it will stay up. But yeah, that's quality Eunice, bro.
I would have one now, but no, man, I've got to sleep, so I'm not.
Yeah, you'll be buzzing, bro. You'll be absolutely buzzing. All right, I've got two last super minerals to land, and then we're going to land it. Brian says the only winner the last 2 years, Malin Sarr. Fair play, bruv. He goes, Rebel Rising says, I would like to try Andres Villas-Boas again. Oh, man.
Nah, mate, what is he doing nowadays? Is he on a farm somewhere? Or
this guy, bruv. This guy benched Lampard, man. You know what I'm saying? He benched Terry as well. You know, he did. He benched Lamps. He benched Lamps.
Mate, he was the reason why I'm on here. He's the reason why I started YouTube. Yeah, man. I started coming on and be like, listen, we got to get rid of this guy. Who is this guy? Mate, It would actually, you know what? For about 5 seconds, I would actually find it funny if he joined Chelsea again. I would find it hilarious, and then I'd be fuming.
Oh man, you can't say Roman didn't try the young hipster kind of gaffer. He tried it, but he nipped it in the bud straight away when it weren't working. Yeah. Brought us Di Matteo, bruv. You know,
Champions League.
Let's have it right.
Then got an interim, and then got Jose back. Sorted.
Yeah. Legend, absolute legend. And as always, guys, we see things they'll never see. Yeah. All right. Big up to everyone in here. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, put all your comments down below. Big up to all the Minerals FC Ultras that landed it in the chat and supporting the channel and supporting Eunice. Big up to all his viewers as well for watching the stream. And obviously, we'll just keep landing the true narrative. Please put your comments down below after the end of the show. And you know what I'm saying? Respect to everyone, man. Every single one of you. Love. Stay healthy. Keep winning in life in general. And we'll be back for more Minerals FC streams whenever we feel like it. Let's have it right. But big up to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So as always, up the Chels, up Minerals FC. Let's go.